Hey, what's up? Today we've got our third set of fact sheets for Farming Simulator 25. Included are 4 machines and 3 pieces of equipment from brands like AGCO White, Anderson, Fendt, Bednar, Deutz-Fahr, Krone, and of course, JCB. These are just 7 of the more than 150 brands coming to Farm Sim 25 on Tuesday, November 12, 2024 for PC, Mac, PS5, and Xbox Series. If you haven't pre-ordered FS25 yet, you can check the link in the description for the base game as well as the Year 1 bundle. Starting off today with something epic, the AGCO White 8010 series. Oh, it's coming to the base game. This is going to cost you $58,500, as between 160 and 225 horsepower with a power shift transmission, holds 454 liters of fuel, and it'll travel between 24 miles an hour and 40 kilometers per hour. Also weighs 9.8 tons, if that matters to you. Our next fact sheet is of the Anderson Merge Pro 915 windrower. This costs $153,000. Yes, that is 3 times more than the tractor that can pull it. Requires 140 horsepower, 5-ton weight, 9.2 meter working width, at 12 miles an hour, or 20 kilometers per hour. We've had a few AGCO White tractors for mods and Farm Sim before, with the White tractor line being phased out in 2001. The one today specifically is the 8010 series, which was in production from 1998 to 2001. This is the first time that AGCO White has been part of the base game in Farming Simulator. It's really cool to see a proper American company being part of a new game. I'm sure this one also hits home for a lot of you guys, making it even more special. As for the Anderson Merge Pro, this is the first time that we've seen this specific piece of equipment in the game as well. Anderson was first introduced in the Farming Simulator franchise in Farm Sim 19 as the first DLC for that game, and it has quickly become a staple on a lot of farms. Most of you guys probably have used Anderson in the past. My guess is that this is also going to replace the K-branded Merge Max from the base game of FS22. However, you never know. We may see both. I highly doubt it, but it could happen. Our next fact sheet is a fan favorite, the Fendt 700 Vario. It's going to cost you around $250,000, has between 203 and 303 horsepower, being a very powerful 700. It's got a variable transmission, 450 liters of fuel, goes 31 miles an hour at 50 kilometers per hour, and weighs 8.1 tons. Our next fact sheet is of the Bednar Omega 6000 FL. Are those zeros or O's? I have no idea. They look the same. This is a direct drill seeder. It's going to cost you $116,500. Requires 200 horsepower, which is pretty good. Holds between 5,000 and 5,400 liters of seed and solid fertilizer. Weighs 9.5 tons, 6 meter working width, at 10 miles an hour or 17 kilometers per hour. It's also going to be able to plant wheat, barley, oats, canola, long grain rice, cover crop, grass, peas, and spinach. Fendt has been around for a long time in Farming Simulator, as far as I can remember anyway. I'm not really sure what to say about this machine that's not already been seen or said. I'm just happy to see it coming back. And after going to FarmCon this past year and seeing all of the Fendt equipment up close, it made me really appreciate the brand even more. The 700 Vario has been in my top 5 favorite tractors of all time, and I cannot wait to use the newest model, especially with that extra power. Woohoo! As for the Bednar Omega, this is the first time that we've seen this specific machine in Farming Simulator. We've only had a few pieces of equipment from Bednar in the past, both in the base game of Farm Sim 19 and 22, with new additions from DLCs, most recently the premium expansion back in November. I actually got to speak with Bednar at Llama in Birmingham earlier this year. They were awesome, super cool people, and they were super excited to be in Farming Simulator. I really hope that we get to see even more of their equipment in Farm Sim in the future. They have some massive machines. Moving on, we've got some more really cool pieces of equipment. The Deutz-Fahr 6C RV Shift Tractor. It's going to cost you $103,500. Has 143 horsepower with a power shift transmission, holds 160 liters of fuel, goes 31 miles an hour or 50 kilometers per hour, and it weighs 5.5 tons. Next is the Krone Varipack V190 XC Plus. What a name. This is a round baler. It's going to cost you $69,500. Requires 100 horsepower, weighs 5.1 tons, will make between 125 and 180 centimeter round bales, and it will do that at 10 miles an hour or 17 kilometers per hour. Deutz-Fahr is another one of those brands that's been in Farming Simulator for what feels like forever. The 6C line specifically was first released back in early 2022 and is still in production today. The 6C RV Shift with 143 horsepower is actually the largest model in the lineup, so that's great to know. And you may remember FarmCon 23 last year was at Deutz-Fahr, and they were super cool for us. I don't remember seeing this tractor specifically, but there was also a lot of tractors everywhere. Not as many as Fendt had, to be fair. Fendt had a lot more space. Regardless, I'm just really excited to see a newer addition to this classic brand of farm sim. As for the Chrome baler, let's be fair, I don't really know a whole lot about baling equipment in general. It's not something that I have in my Rolodex of knowledge. One thing that I did notice, though, was the bell sizes between 125 and 180 centimeters. So unless Giants are adding new bell sizes that fit between those, it looks like we're going to be getting the same bell sizes as Farm Sim 22, which included 125, 150, and 180 centimeter round bells. The only square bells we've seen so far were in the FS25 early gameplay, so it's still a little bit early to tell or say anything about those. But unless Giants drop some massive information about bells in 25, I'm guessing we'll probably see the same offerings as 22. It is nice, however, that we are getting more new Krone equipment as part of the base game. Hey, the more the better. I love Krone. And our last fact sheet today is of a singular piece of equipment, the JCB 435S wheel loader. This probably looks familiar to you guys. It's going to cost you almost $200,000, has 252 horsepower with a variable transmission, holds 400 liters of fuel, is 24 miles an hour or 40 kilometers per hour, and it weighs 14.4 tons. Now, this wheel loader has been around for a good while in Farm Sim. It was only in production from 2016 through 2020, and as far as I could tell, it was replaced by the 437. But the fact that it's still in Farm Sim 4 years later and multiple games later after being replaced in real life says a lot about this fan favorite. That or Giants don't want to make a different model. I don't think it's that one, but hey, you never know. If you missed any of the previous fact sheets in week 1 that we got the Valtra S-Series tractor with the Brander TR34090-2 PT Plus tipper, the Iseki TJW tractor, and the FarmTech EDK 650 tipper, the Merlot MF449CS170CV Tronic telehandler. Boy, I can't wait for that one. And the Oxbow MKB4TR spinach harvester. Last week in week 2, we got the John Deere 3650 tractor and the Great Plains solid stand 1500 seater, the Case IH AF11 combine harvester with the 4418N corn head, the AgriVac Condor Endurance 2 self-propelled sprayer, and the MacDon M1240 windrow and the D140XL windrow draper head. In total, there are 8 more Fridays to go between now and the release of Farm Sim 25, totaling 11 weeks of fact sheets in all. Assuming 4 fact sheets per week, that's 44 fact sheets with between 60 and 80 pieces of equipment. Do keep in mind that there's going to be over 400 pieces of equipment in the base game, with more to come later on in free content updates. Hey, just like we had in 22. So, Farm Sim 25, to just put it lightly, is going to be the biggest game that we have ever seen in the Farming Simulator franchise, and I really can't wait to show you more. If you're looking for more information on these fact sheets, or maybe last week's fact sheets, you can also find these in a single blog on the Farming Simulator website, which is updated every single week. However, not all machines will be announced through those fact sheets, which is why I'll also be showcasing all of the other equipment as it's announced on the website, so stay tuned for that. And there it is! Fact sheet week number 3 is in the books. Hey, is there anything you think I missed? Is there something I didn't talk about? Maybe there's something that you wanted to see more of. Hey, let me know. Farm Sim 25 will be available on Tuesday, November 12th, 2024 for PC, Mac, PS5, and Xbox Series. If you still haven't pre-ordered yet, now's a great time to do that. You can